Hey everybody, this is Crazy10 and welcome back to another collection update video, this time for the Wii. This is my first Wii collection update. My Wii collection has grown very significantly over the past few months, and I've had a couple requests for this and I was planning to do it anyway, but I figured I would go ahead and expedite that and wanted to show you guys what I have as far as Wii games go. So, as usual, I'm going to start with special editions and then we'll work our way through the standard editions, if you want to say that. So I'm going to start with this one, which is one that doesn't get as much attention as I think it might deserve, and that's Cursed Mountain. This is the tin limited edition thing. Very interesting survival horror game set in kind of an Arctic, not even an Arctic, more of like an Alps setting. So you have lots of like mountains and there's snow and there's obstacles with that, and then there's like undead, and it's very cool. This limited edition comes with a double-sided disc, which has some like DVD footage and stuff about making of and things like that. Very cool game, very cool limited edition. Next here is The Last Story. This is the Amazon limited edition. It comes with this little slip. It also has the art book, the soundtrack, which was a pre-order bonus, which I still have sealed, and the game. So, very cool RPG. It's a shame that we're not getting Pandora's Tower here in the United States. I'd really love to get a hold of that one day, but I can keep dreaming, I guess. I still have to play through Xenoblade in this, though, so it's not a huge loss. I'm going to set this out of the way so I don't crush it. Next, we have Kirby's 20th Anniversary Dream Collection Special Edition. Huge fan of Kirby. Absolutely had to get this. My copy of the game disc is still sealed, but this is open. It never really came sealed. Very cool thing to have. Very happy to have that. Let's go ahead and do this. We've got Epic Mickey, and here's the game right here. Pretty cool game. A little bit flawed. Sometimes the camera's a little weird, but I really like the concept of the game. I have not had a chance to play the second one yet, but I've heard very good things about the second one. So, yeah, pretty cool. This is pretty cheap too. So I'm happy to have that. Okay, next we've got Super Mario All-Stars Limited Edition. This is really the only way that it came, but I think I got the second printing of this, so, I mean, there's no real difference. It's Super Mario All-Stars, and I actually haven't watched any of the bonus content yet. This was an Easter gift for my parents like 2 years ago or something like that, so, yeah, pretty cool. I still kind of prefer playing on the Super Nintendo. I don't know why, just the Wiimote does not really do this game justice in terms of controls, or these games I should say, but yeah, it's pretty good. And the last one I have here is Skyward Sword Limited Edition, and with the disc, or the game as well. I'm a big fan of this game. I don't know what the general consensus is with most people, because I haven't really talked to that many people about this game, oddly enough. I really enjoyed it. Just, there was a few things that bugged me. Some controls were a little off, like when I was trying to bowl the bombs, that kind of gave me some trouble. But, by and large, very polished, excellent game, very fun, very quality game in the Zelda franchise. Although I'm not quite sure how I like the interaction between Link and Zelda, but yeah, it's whatever. It's a good game. I really enjoyed playing this. Let's go ahead and get into the standard edition games. They're just your standard case, box, whatever you want to say. So the first one here is Arc Rise Fantasia. This is an RPG, pretty standard Japanese RPG. Pretty good. I haven't played it really at all. I've done my research on it though, and it looks great, so definitely something I want to get sunk into. But if you saw my PlayStation 1 collection video, I have an obscene amount of RPGs to play. So this is fighting against a lot of really top-notch games, so it'll probably be a while before I get to this, but I got this at a really good deal, so I'm happy to have it. Next is Opuna. This is a recent pickup, and actually there's going to be several games in here that you're going to see that I haven't shown in a video before this. I will show them in a video after I post this. I need to hold off on posting that video for various reasons. It will become clear when that video is posted. This is kind of a very simplistic RPG. It's a Koei game, which is interesting because Koei usually doesn't do RPGs, especially in the West. It's very cheap, so it leads me to believe that it's kind of like not very challenging or very technically good, or there's something wrong with it. But you know, for $5, and actually, technically, I kind of got this for free. But again, that'll be explained in a future video. I was happy to get it, and it's definitely something that I don't see everywhere either. So that was a huge influence in picking this up. I'm gonna go ahead and do this really fast. Okay, next I've got a game in the same boat. Here I have the Phantom Brave, We Meet Again, in this kind of limited edition thing, and I also have the full release here. See, this copy is in great condition. I bought this myself, but I actually bought the slip cover. I bought this copy just for the slip cover, so I'm going to resell that without the slip cover, and it's missing the manual. So, not bad. Very happy to have it like nice and complete now. Kind of a backwards way to do it, but works out. Very interesting strategy RPG. It's radius based, so typically a strategy or tactical RPG is grid based, so you move certain numbers of tiles away, but this actually is just strictly a radius. If you've played Mugen Souls, it's kind of similar to that, although the storyline is way different and there's lots of other differences, but the radius aspect is pretty much the same thing in Mugen Souls, so pretty cool. Next is Red Steel. Obviously the second one is superior, but I actually still really enjoyed this game, especially the multiplayer aspect. It's horribly broken, but it was a lot of fun playing with my friends. You know, we weren't taking it seriously. In this game, if you try to take this game seriously, you're going to be disappointed, but if you just take it for what it is, it's just a kind of cheap thrill, it actually is very good for that. Highly recommended to play it with friends, a lot of fun in a party setting. Next, we've got Sakura Wars, So Long My Love. This is a robo-mech battle, strategy RPG, dating sim, hybrid, all of the above. It's kind of crazy. You'll see that I have quite a few NIS America games for most of my consoles, well, mostly recent consoles. I'm really trying to get a lot of their games because I like their style. I like the kind of games that they tend to port over. They're very unique, and I'm a big fan of unique games. So I don't buy into the Maddens and the Call of Duties and all that stuff. I like things that are different, so this is definitely different. You're going to be hard-pressed to find a similar game outside of this series that's been ported to the West. Next, we've got No More Heroes, action, hack and slash, beat 'em up, cel-shaded awesomeness from Ubisoft. Heard the second game is even better. This game is really good, though. We've got Obscure the Aftermath. This is a survival horror-ish game. This was on the PS2 as well. Not very well received. It's not like a Silent Hill. It's not a an early Resident Evil game. It's not quite that scary. It's kind of your teen thriller kind of scary, but not bad. And it was very cheap. I think I got this for under $5. And I'm not going to turn down a decent Wii game for $5. So yeah, this is okay. If you find it cheap, definitely can't go wrong picking it up. Sorry, I just hit the camera. Another game I got for cheap, Geometry Wars Galaxies. This has a really cool, like, holographic or whatever cover. Geometry Wars is a great game. I'm really happy that this was ported to the Wii, so you can actually have like a physical copy. And I don't know if you can get a physical copy on Xbox or not, but great game. I love this game, and yeah, had to pick it up for cheap. Fragile Dreams, Farewell Ruins of the Moon. Reason why this might look different from your copy is because I have the cover art flipped outside. Basically, if a game has cover art that's meant to be flipped out, I will flip it out. I just think it looks cool. And I also like that you don't have to see all the crap on the back. Interesting game. RPG, kind of in a very moody setting. Very different from most RPGs. Kind of reminds me of the way that Parasite Eve was going. You know, you're kind of putting a little bit of horror aspects into an RPG. Kind of a more darker game. So, very cool. Okay, next is Tales of Symphonia, Dawn of the New World. This is the first Tales game that I've ever purchased. And because of that, I actually haven't played it, because I want to play the games kind of in order. And also, because this game is kind of just a remake of a previous game in the Tales series. I got it for a really good price. I don't remember exactly the price that I got it for. But I know that Tales games are very well received usually, and it's a series that I really want to get myself into. So, when the time comes to play this game in the series, I'll have it. And that's just something I wanted to make sure I had before they started disappearing and stuff. But cool game to have for sure. Castle Shikigami 3. I also have Castle Shikigami 2 for the PlayStation 2. This is a bullet hell shooter. It's not like the best one I've ever played. You know, I've played things like Galactic Attack, which I absolutely love Galactic Attack. I've played In the Hunt. I've played various other things. This is still a very solid shooter, though. And I am by no means an authority on shoot-'em-ups. But I really enjoyed this. Again, it was super cheap. And Axis is another game publisher that I'm trying to keep my eyes out for their games, because pretty much if they do something, if they port something to the West, it's worth taking a look at. So there's Castle Shikigami 3. One-Chanbara Bikini Zombie Slayers. This game is just ridiculous. It kind of reminds me of Lollipop Chainsaw, or rather Lollipop Chainsaw reminds me of this, just because of the general way that this game goes about itself. Kind of a mindless hack and slash. There's really no story to hold it together. Gratuitous violence, gratuitous sexuality, but you know, at its core, it's a very mindless and fun beat 'em up game. So pretty cool. Definitely overlooked, I think. Castlevania Judgment. This is a Castlevania characters in a fighting game, so very interesting, like a tournament fighter. Really strange departure from Castlevania. And I've said this before, I'm not a huge tournament fighter fan. You know, I don't mind them, I don't hate them, but they're just really not my style of game. But you know, for the price I paid, not upset about it. Pretty cool game to have. So I don't know if there's any other Castlevania games on the Wii, but that's the only one I have. Dewey's Adventure. This was a very kind gift from my good friend Mickey, Pimps Us Moneymaker. She doesn't post any videos, but she's always, you know, commenting on my stuff and everyone else's stuff, and you know, messaging and doing trades and stuff. She's really awesome to trade with. So she included this as a bonus item in one of our trades, and I'm very happy she did. Very colorful platformer. It's not a very challenging game, and it's not a very groundbreaking game, but kind of in the same way as One-Chanbara, it's fun. It's, you know, you don't have to take this game so seriously. People try to take every game seriously, and sometimes that's not what was intended. And this game is just kind of a lighthearted, fun little platformer. So, not bad. Zack and Wiki, Quest for Barbaros Treasure. This is like a point-and-click adventure game on the Wii. Published by Capcom, obviously. Pretty good. I'm not an authority on point-and-click adventure games either, so I really don't know how this stacks up or how this, you know, compares to current ones or older ones or anything like that. But I liked it. I didn't think it was bad. We got Xenoblade Chronicles here. Again, I have the cover art flipped out. I think this is beautiful artwork. Reminiscent of Final Fantasy XII battle system. Part of the trio, this, Last Story, and Pandora's Tower. I haven't really put that much time into this, which is really a shame. Short list to play on the Wii for sure. Really looking forward to sinking my teeth into this. This is like, if I'm going to play an RPG on the Wii, that's going to be the one I'm going to play first. I have 2 copies of Metroid Other M. 1 copy I got with my Wii, and 1 copy that is still sealed. I actually was given as a gift, Christmas gift, from my good friend Jeff Goffman. He sent me a big package of games that he got for like $1 at Walmart or something, and this was one of the games he had in there, so I'm going to go ahead and hold on to it, keep it sealed. This really is a large departure from the Metroid series as a whole. I'm sure you already knew that. It's kind of disappointing that Samus is not so strong as she always was in this game. She's kind of whiny and kind of just gets bossed around, and I think that's really disappointing. As its own game, it's fine. You know, mechanically it's okay, there are some quirks. But as a Metroid game, I don't think this really works. Next, we've got Knight's Journey of Dreams. This is a kind of a throwback to Nights into Dreams on the Sega Saturn. I was really surprised that Sega made a new Nights into Dreams game. Unfortunately, I have not actually played this yet, so I don't really have any impressions of it. It's not a very well-reviewed, not a very highly sought-after game, so I can only imagine it's not as good as the first, but it's still a Nights into Dreams game, so I think there should be some redeeming quality in that. It may just be nostalgic. So, you know, happy to have it. Look forward to the day that I get to play it. But yeah, I haven't really touched it yet, unfortunately. Super Paper Mario, kind of the black sheep of the Paper Mario games as far as I'm concerned. Everyone kind of really pans this and they don't really like it. I actually think it's really cool. Again, I've said this before in this video, people take these games so seriously, like it's a personal insult when the game isn't exactly how it's supposed to be. And I think that might be the wrong way to go about this. You know, this game was kind of not a reinvention of Paper Mario, but it's a reimagining of Paper Mario, and you know how it translated to the Wii, and I think that they did a good job translating to the Wii. The game mechanics are solid, the story is fine, it's a fun game, so I don't really see anything wrong with it. I think it's pretty good. Next we've got Mad World, another, I think this is a Platinum Games, yeah, this is Platinum Games, published by Sega. Really brutal, bloody, like action game, really cool. Kind of gives me a Splatterhouse vibe a little bit. The newer Splatterhouse, but obviously it's different. But it just kind of that mode where you're just in like just kill everything. Art style is awesome. Really happy to have this. I know it's a really cheap game, but I think it's really cool. Next we've got Kirby's Epic Yarn. Beautiful game. This kind of came out in that wave where like Epic Mickey and Donkey Kong Country came out, and the new Super Mario Brothers I think came out around this time too. But absolutely beautiful. Not a hard game at all. It's a very easy game. But it's just so cool and so charming. And I love Kirby. I've said this before with the Kirby collection. I'm a big fan of Kirby, so this is a great game. I'm really happy to have that as well. I'm glad that it was actually brought out too. I think that was a really fun reimagining of Kirby. Sin and Punishment Star Successor. Really solid treasure on-rail shooter. This is a sequel to a Japanese exclusive N64 game called Sin and Punishment. Really great graphics for the Wii. Very smooth, very fluid. Very challenging game. I don't think I actually beat this because it was tough, but it's a very short game as well. So if I get back into it, I could probably beat it. But really cool. Next, we've got Wii Play. I picked this up at a yard sale. It's just kind of like mini games. There's nothing really special about this, but I think I got it for $2, so I couldn't say no. WarioWare Smooth Moves. I love WarioWare games. I beat this single player in probably 2 sittings or something like that, and the multiplayer is a lot of fun too. Very unique. Well, I want to say unique. An interesting way that they use the Wiimote. I like the mini games. They were challenging, but not too challenging. They kind of got frustrating because sometimes I wouldn't know what I was doing, but once you figured it out, it was not that hard. And that's just kind of how WarioWare is. You have to learn to anticipate what you have to do in certain games, so a lot of fun. Next, we've got Muramos the Demon Blade. This is an RPG, side-scrolling, hand-drawn, pastel, I don't know, just beautiful game. It's kind of melds a hack and slash and an RPG kind of together, just by virtue of how you attack. It's kind of a more action-based thing than a turn-based thing, but really cool. Awesome game for the Wii, really overlooked, I should say. Next, we've got Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. Not gonna lie, I have not played the Metroid Prime games at all, none of them, but they look great, and it's definitely games that I would like to play. I think I'm gonna start from the very beginning, play Metroid, Metroid 2, Return of Samus, or something of Samus, Super Metroid, and then play the Metroid Prime games. So it'll be a while before I get to this game, but I'm happy to have it. Alright, we're already at 20 minutes now, so I'm going to go ahead and try to speed things up a little bit. I've been saying a lot about these games, but I really do love the Wii, so it's kind of hard for me to not say anything about these games. But let's go ahead. This is the only disc-only game I have for the Wii, and that's Wii Sports Resort. The only reason I'm hanging on to this is because my girlfriend's a big fan of Wii Sports, and we play that together. It's a lot of fun. Mario Kart Wii. Excellent game. Excellent Mario Kart game. Again, this is kind of the thing where people are like, oh, it's not really the best Mario Kart. You know, I prefer Mario Kart 64 or whatever. It's a fun game. It's fun to play with friends. It's fun to play by yourself. The controls are fine. They're serviceable. I still prefer racing games with a regular controller, but this is a lot of fun in a party setting. So, yeah, great game. And I got this bundled as part of my Wii, so I was really happy about that. Super Mario Galaxy. I've been playing the crap out of this. I think I'm at about 60 stars right now. And I have to say something about this game. I really am getting the full Mario experience with this. I am so reminiscent of when I played Super Mario 64 with my dad. Because, you know, it was just kind of you just keep discovering things, and the mechanics keep changing up and keep getting better and more creative in their implementations. And when you finally get that star that you've been working at for a half an hour, it's a huge sense of accomplishment. And I really got the same kind of feeling that I got with Super Mario 64 as I do with this game. So I'm really, really pleased with this, and I absolutely love it. I didn't quite get the same feeling with Super Mario Sunshine as I did with this game. So that's good. That's a great thing, and I've heard Super Mario Galaxy 2 is even better, so I'm looking forward to beating this game, getting Super Mario Galaxy 2, and playing through that as well. Excellent, 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 excellent. Spy Fox Dry Cereal. If anyone is around my age, early 20s, maybe late teens, they will hopefully remember this game from their childhood. This was on the PC. There was a series of Spy Fox games. It's a point-and-click adventure, puzzle-solving game made for kids. And I just loved this game so much. I played this all the time with my friends, my neighbors, my brother. I put so many hours into this game. I got this for like $5 for the Wii, and I played some of it with my brother, and it was just awesome. Kind of reliving that, and it's cheesy and it's childish, but it's also hilarious in its own right. And if you have any nostalgia for this game, I'd recommend looking at and try to find it. You can find it at GameStop's pretty easy. It's not a hard game to come by. So if you played this game as a kid, definitely highly recommended to pick this copy up or copy of this up and replay it. Works really well on the Wii. Yeah, pretty cool. Lost in Shadow. This is a very unique platforming game for the Wii. The gist of it is you are kind of this kid stuck in the shadow realm, and you have this fairy or thing that is in the physical realm, and you can change things in each realm and update the shadows in the background, which allow you to progress through the game. So very unique, awesome mechanics. It kind of gets a little stale after a while, but awesome game, very unique, and I just think this is a really cool game and something that might not be in everyone's collection or in the forefront of everyone's mind when they're going to look for games, but highly recommended. This is a really cool game. Donkey Kong Country Returns. This is brutally challenging, but this is fantastic. I think this is probably the best Donkey Kong game since the Donkey Kong Country games. So, that's really high praise. I really enjoyed Donkey Kong 64. I thought that was awesome. So, I really liked that that Nintendo and Retro Studios are kind of going back to that style. It does kind of bother me that you have to kind of slow down to kind of blow on the things in the background or beat everything down to try to find all the puzzle pieces and the Kong letters and stuff, but the platforming segments are really, really awesome. Some of the set pieces in this game are just amazing, very, very well executed. It's just a lot of fun, but it's really hard. So this game really frustrates me a lot, but I enjoy it's kind of the kind of frustration that you enjoy that keeps you wanting to come back. So very, very awesome. I'm glad that it's dropped a little bit in price. It makes it a lot more accessible, I think. Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I'm just going to say this right now. I'm much more of a fan of the N64 version of Super Smash Bros. I just have a special place in my heart for that game just because of the memories that I have associated with it, but this is a very solid game. I don't know if I prefer this or Melee. I think maybe this is a little bit slower, so it's a lot more accessible. But I like, there's a ton of different characters. Obviously you have Sonic, you have Snake, and just the cast of characters is so expanded. Things like Pokemon Trainer make things really interesting. Rob the Robot, just awesome list of characters. I think that it becomes a little overwhelming because of all the things that you can do, all the characters you can play, all the special moves and stuff. So it's really hard to be as competitive in this game, but maybe that's to its benefit. Very well executed. I'm really happy to have this. My copy's not in the greatest condition, but I got it for $15, so I really can't complain. Alright, the last couple games here I have not had a chance to play, so I can only really tell you based on my research on them. Actually, I haven't even done much research on this. Valhalla Knights, Eldar Saga. Part of a series. There's a couple of Valhalla Knights games on the DS, and maybe there's another one. But, Xseed published game. Looks like an RPG. Kind of dark. If you look at the back, it's very grim. And kind of it says rebuild an ancient alliance. So it's kind of, I would say it's probably more of a traditional storyline. Definitely something I'm interested in playing. Just haven't really had the chance to because I only got this game a few days ago. Dokapon Kingdom. This is a hodgepodge of Mario Party and an RPG, so really interesting. Gotta love Atlas. They do all kinds of crazy stuff, and I think this was one of their best successes. Very unique idea, very well executed. I love the graphics. The gameplay is pretty solid, as far as I can tell. Again, I haven't had a chance to play it, but yeah, really happy to have this as part of my collection. Little King's Story. This is really interesting. It's kind of a strategy game, and you're this little boy who's a king, and you're, you know, managing your kingdom, and you can enslave people, make them work for you. It's very interesting, very different as far as the Wii goes. There's not much like this on the Wii, and you know, it's an Xseed game. I love Xseed. They do awesome work, especially with things that they port. So, well, I guess that's really all they do for the United States and the West, but the things that they port I really like. So Little King's Story, looking forward to getting a chance to play that. Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, you know, a legendary series. Fire Emblem is, I think this is kind of like Nintendo's wild card RPG. Like, there's a lot of, all the games in the Fire Emblem series are just really solid, but they don't really get the press that things like Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest or you know, other series of RPGs like that do. But this is super, super good. You know, all the series is great. This is quite a sought-after game for the Wii, so I'm really happy to have a copy of this. And yeah, I'm looking forward to giving this a chance. This game just looks fantastic. And the last game I have here for the Wii is Ju-On the Grudge Haunted House Simulator, another Xseed game that they ported. I don't know why this game got so rare. Basically, when I'm looking online, like, you can go on GameStop and you can say, like, show me all the copies in a 100-mile radius, and there's like 2 in 100 miles from me. And the game, the store that I got this from didn't even have it listed on their website. So this is a really, really kind of I wouldn't say a gem because it's not really a great game, but it's kind of a hidden rarity, I would say, for the Wii. So definitely very much a collectible piece. Now I sound like an idiot, but a collectible game for the Wii, more so than a solid game. It's interesting. It's very different. I have to give Xseed props. You know, pretty much everything that they do is different in some way, which is great. I love it. So probably just a little bit of stupid fun here. Not worth paying the $35, $40+ that they want on eBay. But if you find a copy locally, probably worth the $20 that GameStop wants for it. So there you go, guys. There's my Wii collection. Sorry this took so long. I spoke a long time on most of these games, and I'm getting hoarse. So I'm going to probably stop shooting videos for the day and get to the rest of my collection updates tomorrow or something like that. But thank you guys very much for watching. Thanks for anyone who made it to the end. Hope it was worth it. And if you guys have any suggestions for games I should play more, games I should keep an eye out for, please give them to me. I'm always interested in collecting new games. I'm a big collector, as you can tell. So that's it for me, guys. Keep an eye out for some more collection updates. I've got GameCube and PSP to shoot still, so those will be coming out soon, and I'll see you guys in a few days with the next collection update video.